Oakland Latinos Unidos, on here with a new live feed for you guys to enjoy. So this is Live with Jay, part 10 of my Live with Jay series. Every weekend bringing you a live feed, talking about different issues, different things in the community. Hopefully more people will be showing up and we could get this live feed rolling. You feel me? I was out in San Jose most of the day today, kicking back. I had to go do a few things out there. Cruised through the east side, made a barrio tours through a barrio called Salsipuedes, which is, I guess, a Mayfair neighborhood in San Jose. It's a very historical neighborhood because it's one of the oldest barrios in San Jose. It's also the neighborhood where Cesar Chavez grew up. So, me being Jose, being a history nerd, I had to go out there and film that hood. I always wanted to know where that neighborhood was. So I asked a few homies from San Jose where that neighborhood was. Looked at a few maps and read a few things about Cesar Chavez and about that area. And I kind of got a good idea where it was. That's why I went to film that barrio tours today in San Jose, in the east side, the evil side. And yeah, hopefully you guys check out that video. Like it, leave a comment. Like I said, I was going to East Side San Jose today. I was kicking back in San Jose most of the day. Had some things I had to do out there, so I had to go chill out there for a get while. But I don't mind. I like going out there. It's fun. But hopefully you guys are enjoying the live feed. You guys are joining me. Who's out there? Leave me a line. Say what's up. Say que onda, Jose? How you doing? What's up, brother? What's up to Cards 44? Duel. What's going on? Hopefully you guys checked out my newest video of barrio tours in San Jose today. I did a barrio tours in Salsipuedes, or the Mayfair neighborhood, one of the oldest barrios in San Jose. I was kicking back out in San Jose in the South Bay today. So you guys check that video out. Leave a message, and like it and subscribe and whatever you got. All them good things you got to do to keep Oakland Latinos united, popping and moving. I kick back at La Placita too. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. That's right there on King and Story Road. Uh, it's like a big kind of shopping area. Um, you know what I mean? It's like a swap meet kind of, but hella other stores there. It's in a shopping center called La Tropicana, right there on King and Story. So I was just kicking back out there, get away from Oakland, get away from the East Bay for a little while, see something different. You feel me? Because Jose's repping the Bay. I'm from the Bay Area. I'm everywhere, brother. I'm in Redwood City. I'm in San Jose. I'm in King and Story is the boulevard. Yeah, King and Story. Is it King and Story? Story's a road, right? King is a boulevard, I believe. But yeah, I was there. I was there earlier, like I said. I just got home. Yeah, I was out there in the evil side of San Jose. But yeah, I was out there kicking back today. I was at La Placita. I don't know if you guys seen my video. Short story. I remember when I was little, driving my phone from the corner of somewhere in the 30s, and we saw a bunch of young people on the corner of an appliance shop. Okay, where in on 38, 36 repair shop. Wasn't there a repair shop on Foothill? Like, you mean like a TV repair shop? Or what year is this? Kind of refresh me. But yeah, man. So what's been going on with everybody? Hopefully everybody's gonna remember a Giant 36. Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about You're talking about on 36 and Foothill. There used to be a shop there, and it had a big ass 36 on the side. Yes, that shop, believe it or not, was owned by my dad in the mid and late 80s. My dad owned that shop. It was called Roberto's Auto Shop, bro. My dad owned that shop, and my brothers and his crew are the ones that tagged up that 36. So I know exactly what you're talking about. I spent a lot of time in that shop when I was a little kid. I seen hella crazy shit on that intersection when I was little. Because you remember across the street from that shop, there used to be a little housing project called Scursville. At least that's what the blacks used to call it. I remember that the Scursville dudes used to fight with the 36 dudes all the time. And I used to always see like the housing authority like raiding that place all the time. Those little there were like some apartments across the street. And then right there on 36, And Foothill, there used to be a place called Lars. It was like a rental place. I don't know if you remember that place. But yeah, and then the liquor store was next door. But yeah, man. But yeah, I was out in San Jose today, kicking back. But yeah, no lie, my dad used to own that shop for a little bit, bro. Till I saw your video on Street Truck Park, I knew what you meant. Yeah, man. I mean, I grew up in that area, bro. Right there by Cesar Chavez Park. Back then, it was called Foothill Meadows Park. It was the homies in the hood used to call it 38 or Dirty 30s Park back then. You know what I mean? That's where all the homies from 38 and 36 and Bridge used to kick it at back in the days. But yeah, man, that neighborhood was fucking action packed, bro. I'm telling you, when I was a little kid, I seen hella shit on that intersection, bro. Right there on 36 and Foothill, I seen fights. I seen fools getting chased by the police. I seen hella shit, bro. I seen fools get tackled to the ground by housing authority. I seen a lot of crazy stuff on that intersection when I was a little kid. Rick Reviews, what's up, brother? You guys like this video, because if you don't like it, YouTube will cut it off. That's what I found out. So as much likes as you can, man. But yeah, I know that intersection right there on 36 and Foothill. That intersection, at least back in the days, late 80s through the 90s, that intersection was off the hook, bro. You know what I mean? There used to always be fights and all kinds of crazy shit. Orale. Yeah, man. But honestly, I didn't know too much about San Jose when I was growing up. I knew a little bit about it, but I've been learning more about it more in the last few years, going out there more often. You know what I mean? I knew the East Side a little bit. I knew the flea market, obviously, the Berryessa flea market. I mean, who doesn't know that flea market? And yeah, as I've been going out there, I've been exploring more of San Jose. Well, they're already hating on me, but it's all good. Yeah, I remember they were throwing bottles on the streets. Yeah, I remember a bunch of hyphy ass fools used to kick it right there back in the days. But like I was saying earlier, I've been going out to San Jose a little bit more often just to explore it a little bit. It is the city of Raza in the Bay Area, whether people want to accept it or not. Whether you like the city or not, it is the Chicano city of the Bay Area. Just like Oakland is quote unquote the black city of the Bay Area. But I like going out there. It's cool. Like I was saying, there's a lot of females out there, a lot of good food out there. I ate some Colombian food today. The last time I was out there, I ate some tortas at some place called Mexico Bakery, I think. It was right there on Story Road. I can't remember the crossroad, but they sell like these bomb ass tortas there, bro. You know what I mean? But I mean, I'm from the town. It's always gonna be town business. I'm from East Oakland, but that don't mean I'm not gonna show love to other barrios, other hoods in the Bay Area. You feel me? But yeah, San Jose has a long history with Chicanos, so I want to go out there more often and get to know it a little better. And Capital, I think it's on. I don't remember where it was at. It was in front of a Home Depot. I remember, right there on Story. It was it Story? It wasn't on King. It was on Story, I think. Mexico Bakery. Yeah, it was hella good. And me and my homeboy bought some tortas there. And then today I ate some Colombian food because I spent time in Colombia before, and they have a couple of Colombian restaurants out there. And I went to one. I wanted to try a new one out. Yeah, right there by Home Depot. But yeah, man, that intersection in Oakland, I seen a lot of crazy stuff there on 36 and Foothill. Yeah, it was behind it. But yeah, I seen a lot of crazy stuff on 36. My dad used to own that auto shop back in the days. I always used to see all the homies hanging around there all the time when I was a little kid. That was back in the days, man. Taking me way back. So you used to live on High Street, the High Street Bank Boys. I don't know if you remember that, if you're old school enough to remember that crew. But yeah, man. Yeah, but 36 and Foothill, just that whole strip on Foothill, bro, is always off the hook, bro. I seen hella crazy shit on there. Like, remember when we were young, we used to go to the sideshows right there on Foothill and High Street, and we used to see all kinds of crazy shit. We used to see fools crash and fools just act a fool. Fools get chased by police, all kinds of crazy stuff on that intersection. But you know how the town is, man. Oakland's crazy, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, for sure. I'm just kicking back, relaxing. Hopefully, you guys enjoying my videos. I made a few barrio tours. I want to make one of. So these fools keep hating on me. They don't want me to do this live feed. They've cut me off so many times, you think more than usual. But yeah, like I was saying, yeah, it was late, like 2 or 3 a.m. What year was that? Were they Chicanos or were they black dudes? But yeah, I believe it though. Those areas used to be hyphy back in the days, bro. They used to be off the hook. But yeah, I want to do a barrio tours in the Mission District too. I haven't done one in the Mission, and when I have been in the Mission, I was either busy and I couldn't do one. The last like 3 times that I've been in the Mission, I was busy with doing stuff and I just could not do a video. But I'm gonna try to, maybe if it doesn't rain this week, I might take a little trip out to the Mission and do one. You feel me? Because the Mission is an old school barrio from the Bay Area, bro. That even though it's getting gentrified, you know what I mean? It's still the barrio of San Fran. You feel me? We can't let that legacy die off, man. Oh, like 1996? Oh, yeah, I believe it, bro. Yeah, 1996, 95, all those years, bro. Like the 90s all the way until about the 2000s. Those areas were off the hook, bro. You know, all that didn't start dying out until like the late 2000s, like 2008, 9. You know what I mean? When the gang injunctions started coming around and a lot of fools got killed or went to jail. And you know how it goes, man. But you know how it goes in the hood. You know, a lot of homies went to jail. A lot of the gang injunctions came around. A lot of fools got killed, unfortunately. So you stop really seeing a lot of that gang stuff. And just kicking it out in the hood, selling dope and all that stuff, like late 2000s, 2008, 9, 10. Then the gentrification hit Oakland hard. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I've been seeing a little bit of it coming back actually lately because of the pandemic, but for a long time it seemed like the streets were a little quiet. There were still shootings and stuff like that, but it seemed like people were more hidden compared to the way it used to be, like when I was young, back in the days. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was like I said, I was out in the South Bay today. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do a barrio tours of the Mission District soon, very soon actually. And yeah, because the Mission, yeah, I know it's getting gentrified and it's not the same for sure compared to when I was young. Matter of fact, when I was young, the Mission was off the hook. It was lightweight dangerous around there in the Mission District. There were a few times I was scared for my life there. People sitting behind the computer screens, I think. Yeah, go to Fremont, but there ain't no barrios in Fremont no more, bro. Ain't there like Indians out there now? That's like little Hindu land now. I know like Irvington and what was the old barrios in those Irvington? Irvington's the one I knew mostly. You know what I mean? I know there was Newark, West End Newark. I did one in Dakota already. You feel me? In Union City. Maybe I'll do Newark too, but what's a hood in Fremont you would like me to film? You know what I mean? Because I'm not too familiar with Fremont. I have family that lives around that area, but I see a lot of Indians there, bro. Oh, Old Alvarado. Which city do you think has the oldest barrios? Old Alvarado's Union City, and the homie who asked what's the oldest barrios? You mean in the Bay Area? What's the oldest barrios? Well, a lot of the old barrios don't exist no more in the East Bay. The oldest barrio in Oakland was West Oakland. No lie, West Oakland was the oldest barrio. But that old barrio is gone. It got destroyed in the 50s and 60s when they built the freeway. The oldest barrio in Hayward was Russell City, and Russell City don't exist no more. It was destroyed too in the 1960s. I would say Campo Ramos or Ramos Camp in Hayward is probably one of the older barrios. Ramos Camp is it's called Campo Ramos over by Jackson Street off of Silva. If you guys are familiar with that area. In San Jose, I mean, from what I've been told, the oldest barrio in San Jose is San Cipuedes. This is what I've been told, the Mayfair area. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I've heard. As far as like San Francisco, I was told the old barrio of San Francisco was in north parts of North Beach and in South of Market area. That's what I was told back before it was the Mission. And the old barrio of Richmond, California, was actually in the Iron Triangle, the lower part of McDonald Avenue, is what I've heard. That area still exists, but it's more, it's mixed. It's black and raza. You know what I mean? But yeah, if that answers your question, you know, I would say those are the oldest barrios in the Bay Area. I'm probably Dakota, for sure. Dakota in Union City is an old ass barrio. You know what I mean? That's an old hood right there. You know. But yeah, I think those are the oldest barrios. What do you think of that? Have you ever heard of any of these neighborhoods I'm talking about? But there's also Little Mexico in Redwood City. Um, South San Francisco has a long history with Latinos there too. Concord has a barrio, a monument. You know what I mean? Keep buffering. YT doesn't like certain words, I think. Yeah, it buffers all the time. I don't know why, bro. I don't know why it does that. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't cuss, but even when I don't cuss, you know what I mean? It still does the same thing. But yeah, the oldest barrios are the ones I just told you in the Bay Area that I know of. I could be wrong, but from what I did in my research, because I did a research about the history of Latinos in the Bay Area, specifically Oakland, but also, oh, no, no, no. Another old barrio I forgot to mention is Westside Berkeley. Berkeley, I use whoop flu code here. YT doesn't know like that word. But Westside Berkeley is another old barrio too that people don't remember or people don't talk about. Mexicans have been today. There's not that many Mexicans. I actually did a barrio tour recently, but that used to be a Mexican neighborhood and a black neighborhood too back in the days. And that's in Westside Berkeley, over there by University and Ninth, University and 6th, Bonar Street, all those areas over there is Westside Berkeley. So yeah, those are the barrios of the Bay Area. And you know, a lot of people. I'm gonna make a video soon because I've been doing a research about the Pachucos in Oakland and in the Bay Area. And a lot of people don't realize that the Zoot Suit and Pachuco stuff didn't just happen in LA. It happened out here too. And from what I've read and researched, the police hated the Pachucos. There was even like a war on Pachucos and Zoot Suiters in Oakland and in the Bay Area in the 1940s. And you know, we hear a lot about the LA Zoot Suit riots. That is where it was big, you know what I mean? The bigger version of it happened in LA for sure. You know, the riots, the sailors that beat up the Zoot Suiters and Mexicans, you know what I mean? Yeah, that happened big in LA. But it also happened here in it's happened here in the Bay Area, in Oakland, I'm pretty sure in San Jose and Hayward, Richmond, San Francisco. They had Pachucos and Zoot Suit gangs. I'm gonna make a video about that. Shalom. But did I know Carl Hopkins started here in San Ho? You know what? I believe it. I believe it because Lowrider magazine started in San Jose. Teen Angel magazine started in San Jose. The whole Chicano sound music started in San Francisco and in Oakland. And if you don't believe me, look it up. Santana, Malo, uh, Daquila, Sapo, Tower of Power, Peter Escobedo, Azteca, Cold Blood, and various Chicano and mixed bands started that whole Chicano sound. And that started here in San Francisco, Oakland area. A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people don't realize the Bay Area never gets credit for that. The Bay Area created what people call the Chicano sound, for sure, in the 1960s and 70s. You know what I mean? That started here. You know what I mean? And I take a lot of pride in that, being a musician and being from Oakland, being from this area, from the Bay. But people don't give it its respect, you feel me? But yeah, Teen Angel Magazine started out in San Jose. Street Low started in San Jose, I think. Um, Lowrider Magazine started out there. Mi Vida Loca Magazine started out in San Francisco. Another magazine that was called Cholo Style too came from San Francisco. So all that whole thing came from the Bay Area, and people don't talk about that. You know what I mean? Like Chicanos in the Bay Area innovated a lot of things that LA people never give us credit for. You know what I mean? And it is what it is, but it's people like me who document this stuff that need to bring it out for the people could know. You feel me? Because, yeah, the Bay, we're innovators. The Bay Area, we don't copy nobody. We do our own onda. You feel me? We are our own onda, our own thing. You feel me? Whether you're from Oakland, whether you're from Richmond, whether you're from San Juan, whether you're from Hayward, San Fran, Concord, Antioch, Vallejo, wherever you may be from, you feel me? The Bay Area, man, I'm telling you. That's why I love being from the Bay Area, because the Bay Area is known as the land of innovators and hustlers, because we hustle and innovate a lot of things. Even the blacks from the Bay Area innovate and hustle a lot of things. We just don't follow trends. We don't want to be like anybody else. We're the Bay. The Yay area, yay! You feel me? I love being from the Bay. I'm glad I'm from here, bro. I'm glad I was born and raised here. You feel me? There's no other place I would want to be from. You feel me? But that don't mean that I don't got love for people in the Central Valley or LA, or even LA. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to diss LA either. You feel me? But we gotta recognize the Bay Area. We've done our things too. You feel me? Chicanos in the Bay Area have done their thing. You feel me? And Raza out here in general. You feel me? But we just don't get the credit for it. Ben Davis, where do you think Ben Davis and Levi 501s came from? From San Fran Michon. You feel me? This is real talk. This is game I'm giving you guys. You feel me? Chicano game from the Bay. You know? So what do you guys think about that? Are you guys familiar with any of the stuff I talked about? You feel me? You know? That's just how it goes, brother. I don't know if you guys knew any of this stuff. But yeah, a lot of stuff started out here, bro. And people just don't give it its credit. You feel me? A lot of slang comes out of the Bay Area and people copy it and don't give it its credit. The word player hater came out of Richmond supposedly. You feel me? And who doesn't use the word player hater or hater now? You feel? But yeah. So what's up with y'all, man? Leave me a message, throw me a comment, say what's up, Jose. Have you learned anything about what I'm talking about? I'm just nerding out today on Bay Area history, Bay Area Raza history. You feel me? There's a video I saw a while back that talks about Carl Hopkins turning, but I can't find it. I've seen some videos about lowriders in San Jose. I mean, the lowrider culture was big in San Jose and around the Bay Area. To be fair, you know what I mean. In the 60s, 70s, and early 80s, you know, almost all the Bay Area had a lowrider scene. You know, San Jose, King and Story, San Fran Michon, the big cruises there. Oakland, they used to cruise on East 14th back in the days, and in San Antonio Park, the 23rd Street cruises in Richmond, the 8th Street cruises out in Hayward. So, yeah, that lowriding culture goes deep in the Bay Area more than people think. It's not just scrapers and muscle cars. Also, the lowrider thing has roots here as well. It does. Whether people want to get hurt about it or want to deny it, it's the reality. You feel me? That's just how it goes. You know? Even Oakland. Even though Oakland's considered a black city, but Chicanos have been here just as long as anybody else and have been innovating things around here as well. You feel me? There's a reason why there's a taco truck and Mexican and taqueria on every corner in Oakland. Because we hustle them tacos out here. And them burritos and tortas for show. But, yeah, man. That's the Bay Area history. So who else is on here, man? Drop me a note. Say what's up. Say what's up, Jose. How you doing? Hopefully, a lot of this stuff has been informative. Hopefully, you learned something from it. But that's Bay Area game. A little history about La Raza and the Bay, because that's my whole thing. The whole point of Oakland Latinos United is to document as much as I can the Raza history and culture of the Bay Area, because I feel the Chicanos and Raza in the Bay Area is usually, like I was saying, I feel that the Chicano and Raza community in the Bay Area gets ignored a lot. So I feel it's people like me that has to put it on the map. Boulevard Nights or Walk Proud? I like Boulevard Nights more. Los Aztecas! I've seen Walk Proud. I actually seen Walk Proud when I was a little kid, bro. I can't remember where I seen it, but I seen it I think on TV when I was a youngster, bro. Way back in the day. But yeah, I like Boulevard Nights more. Los Aztecas are gonna handle it, eh? But yeah, Boulevard Nights. Boulevard Nights kind of reminds me a little bit of how I remember, like around the Fruitvale area, how that area was when I was a kid. It was kind of like Boulevard Nights. So just kind of like the documentary Children of Violence. If you guys are familiar with that documentary, you feel me? There was a lot of lowriders, a lot of Chicanos. Dudes used to dress more in khakis and Pendletons and hairnets. You know what I mean? Like the real cholo stuff was around when I was really little. And this is in Oakland, bro. A lot of fools don't realize that Oakland had some big time cholos back in the 80s, bro. Even early 90s. You know what I mean? And that kind of Boulevard Nights kind of reminds me of that. I think that's why I like it, because it reminds me a little bit of how, like, Fruitvale, 36, 38, Jingletown, and all those neighborhoods were the Doves. All those neighborhoods were like that when I was a kid. There was a lot of lowriders and like dudes with pompadours, and I remember the derby jackets. I was like, everyone had a derby jacket. And they didn't even wear Cortez yet, bro. They used to wear like winos. I don't know if you guys know what winos are. Like winos. I remember some fools still wearing Stacy Adams, the old school like black shiny shoes. You know what I mean? But that's when I was hella little. Remember, I'm 43 years old, so this is probably when I was like 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. This is like, whew, I want to say 86, 87. I was hella 85 maybe. I was hella little. You know what I mean? So Boulevard Nights kind of reminds me of that. I also remember how the black dudes used to look back then. You know what I mean? They used to have like Jerry curls, and they used to wear like 501s. And they would drive around in like Cougars and like muscle cars, like Mustangs and Cougars. And they would put Trues and Vogues on their cars. Those cars were dope, though. I gotta admit, those cars were hella dope. They were just as dope as the lowriders. Oh, and the Falcons. I remember fools used to roll Ford Falcons. That was like the black dudes. They had their thing. They're on that. You feel me? Yeah, man. That's kind of... I think that's why I like Boulevard Nights, because it reminds me kind of what, like, at least the Chicano areas of Oakland was like, bro. I found the video, bro. Alright, bro. I don't know if you could send it to me, but I'll look into it. What's the name of the video? I'll look into it for sure. But yeah, I think that's why I like Boulevard Nights, because it's kind of like that Children of Violence documentary. And I remember, like I said, when I was a little kid, Oakland, like the Chicanos in Oakland, a lot of them were still like that. They still had that really OG Cholo style to them. You feel me? In the Mission too. I remember going to like 24th and Mission when I was little and seeing that kind of stuff too, when I was hella little. You know what I mean? But I was a little kid, bro. I remember everyone used to sport Pendletons and like flannels. That was like the big thing with Chicanos back then. But yeah, that was way back. If you guys are old enough to remember all the Cholo stores on East 14th? There used to be Melrose, Bonanzas, the Corner. There used to be a couple others. Oh, Latin Fashion. Lowrider Movie, East Side Story. Alright, I'll look it up. I'll look into it. But yeah, man. I don't know if any of you guys are old enough to remember when Oakland was like that. You feel me? Or at least the Bay Area was like that. But yeah, when I was growing up, Oakland was more black. But the Chicanos that were in Oakland, you know what I mean? They had their estilo, bro. They had their thing. They had their own stuff for sure. You feel me? And that, I mean, that's where I grew up seeing cholos and lowriders, was in Oakland, because that's where I lived. You feel me? So that's why I always tell people, like, the lowrider culture was around me even in the town. I remember fools having hopping competitions. I remember fools cruising around in 6'4" Impalas, 6'5s. You know, bombas. I remember seeing bombas around. There was still a few bombs around. So yeah, that was way back in the day. So I was hella little when that was a style. You feel me? Is anybody here that old that remembers that? I mean, I'm only 43, but you feel me? My brothers are older than me. They know that. They remember that stuff more than me. They're like in their 50s. So yeah. So what's up, man? Who else is on here? Drop me a line. Say what's up. You know, anything you want me to talk about, any questions you might have for me. You feel me? Hopefully you're enjoying this live feed. Unfortunately, YouTube keeps buffering them or cutting them off for a few seconds. That's why I pause in and out. But you know, they can't stop me. I'm gonna keep going. You feel me? I got like another 30 minutes. No, like 20 something minutes. But yeah, I know it's buffering. I know. Trust me, I know. It does it every time I do this. Keep it north in the Bay Area. But I mean, I don't gangbang, but I guess. But anyway, yeah, man. Hopefully you guys are on here kicking back. I just chilling. This thing keeps buffering because it doesn't like me. I guess maybe it's certain words I say. I don't know. I haven't even cussed at all, so I don't know why it does it. But yeah, man. How's everybody doing out there? Any topics you might want me to talk about? You feel me? Anything you want me to talk about, throw it out there. Throw a question, anything. You feel me? But yeah, man. That's funny that one homeboy brought up that body shop right there on 36 and Foothill. My dad used to own that body shop in the late 80s. In the 80s, like from like 85 to about like 89, I want to say. And then I don't know what happened. He didn't continue doing it. I'm not sure why, but he could. My dad continued working on cars the rest of his life. He used to sell cars and stuff like that. It was a. I don't remember it being an appliance unless it became an appliance repair shop later. In the 80s, early 90s, it was a car shop. They used to fix cars. You're talking about the place that's on 36 and Foothill, right? Right on the corner, right where the street kind of curves, right? Because that's where I'm talking about, right next to a liquor store. You feel me? That's where my dad, like I said, he used to own a little shop. I used to see heck of crazy stuff on that intersection, like I said, when I was a little kid. I seen fights. I seen car chases. I seen fools run from the housing authority and get slammed on the ground violently. Like, man, I seen some crazy stuff, man. You feel me? Like I was telling you guys earlier. I remember there used to be a little like these apartments across the street. And a lot of black dudes used to hang out there, and they used to call them fools Scursville. And I remember my brother's hood, 36. They'd always get into fights with those dudes all the time. I'm not sure why, but they had funk with them back in the days. I remember that. I was hella little and all that stuff. But yeah, man, what's going on? Who's out there? Like I said, right next to Cesar Chavez Park. Oh, okay, I know where you're talking about. That's on Bridge Street. Yeah, the appliance place. Yeah, that's on Bridge. That's Bridge Hunted. That's right next to Bridge and Foothill, right by the park. And then there's that place like Casita, right? Where it was a restaurant for a little while. Yeah. Bridge Hunted. Yeah, that's Bridge Ave. That's right there on the corner. Yeah, I remember. I remember some fools acting hyphy in that intersection back in the days, way back in the days. Yeah, that's it. Hey, Arch Best, you still live in Oakland or you still live in the East Bay? Do you still go to that area a lot? But yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's right there on 30 on Bridge. It's like one block up. It was guys and girls. Yeah, I believe you, bro. Trust me. I know that area. That area was pretty hyphy in the 90s, bro, for sure. all the homies from Bridge and 38, 36 used to kick it around that area. So yeah, I remember. But a lot of folks got killed at that park, bro. A lot of people got killed at Cesar Chavez Park, man. Like I was telling people, originally that park was called Foothill Meadows Park. And then I want to say in the late 90s is when they changed the name to Cesar Chavez Park. What about is anybody old enough to remember the Cinco de Mayo at San Antonio Park? That's hella old school. If you guys remember that in the 90s when they used to have the big, okay, you live in San Lorenzo. Okay, you live in the SL, San Lorenzo. Hey, but San Lorenzo's quiet, bro. My brother used to live in San Lorenzo. It's chill over there. But, yeah, man. I've been out there, San Lorenzo, Hesperian. I used to go to that don't laugh at me, but I used to go to that hot tub place. Yeah, I'm meaning to do that. I want to do an update to that one. Because since I've made that one, because of the interviews that Sir Dino did, and other people did have done since, there's a lot more info there about the history of like the Darkroom Familia and Black and Brown and a lot of other rap groups that innovated the Chicano rap in the Bay Area. But I think personally, I think the first Chicano rappers in the Bay Area, I think were the Funky Aztecs. Some people might disagree with me, but I think they were the. Yeah, I'll do one of San Antonio Park. I gotta meet this girl at San Antonio Park soon, so I might do it that day. It's an interview I'm gonna do with her about my project. But what was I saying? Okay, I think that the first Chicano rappers in the Bay, I think were the Funky Aztecs. Now I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But they were the first, at least, to put it on wax, to put an album out. Because the first Chicano, you saw, yeah, I seen that one, the Rhodium Radio. So yeah, of course, I seen it. But the first Chicano rap group I ever seen with an album from the Bay Area was the Funky Aztecs. You know what I mean? That was like 91. The Chicano Blues album. And the Funky Aztecs are from Vallejo. Now again, I could be wrong, but that was the first one I remember seeing. Because I remember fools in Oakland were making a big deal about it. Because they were like, oh shit, it's a Chicano rap group from the Bay Area. You know what I mean? A lot of people thought they were from Oakland at first. Because they used to kick it a lot in Oakland. And they knew a lot of homies in the hood. They knew a lot of fools from the 30s. But, yeah, man. The Funky Aztecs, I think, was one of the first. Maybe not the first, but one of the first. In the Bay, at least. You know what I mean? And I could say even Temporary Insanity, which was Duke and Crooked's old band, and Hayward. Because they had been putting out singles since, like, 88, 89, according to what they said. And I have seen a picture of one of their albums from, like, 88, 90. You know what I mean? So, it is true. But I don't remember seeing them when I was a kid. You feel me? I didn't know about them till like 93 or 4 when they came out with that Temporary Insanity, Beezy's Never Learn. That was how I knew about them the first time. And then they came out with that Barrio with Love, which was like 94, 95. Are the Hells Angels still on Foothill? Yeah, they're still over there. They've been over there forever. I see them sometimes hanging out in front of the clubhouse. I don't know too much about them. I've never really hung around bikers, so I'm kind of like out of the loop with them. But I see them there all the time. They still got their clubhouse right there, and in the deep over there, like on 80 something, the East Bay Dragons, the black biker crew, they're still there too. You still see them out there. So yeah, I'm starting to see like Chicano bikers too around Fruitvale now. You know what I mean? I don't know what crew they represent, but I see them sometimes riding around Oakland sometimes. But yeah, man, yeah, the Hells Angels, they're still over there on Foothill. They're over there by Foothill and Rosedale, right next to that restaurant in Zamorano, right down the street from there. Those of you who are familiar with that neighborhood in the town. East Oakland, Zamorano, that's a pretty good spot, actually, when I think about it. They sell pretty good enchiladas. Also, the last time we went there, we ate some quesadilla tacos. They were pretty good, actually. But yeah, that place has been there for hella years, for like 40 years almost. I got the funky ass Chicano Blue. I'm waiting to get Aslan Nation. I remember Aslan Nation. I think I still have one of their. See, El Paisa is smack. Which El Paisa? There's one on 46 and there's one on 29th. So which one are you talking about? But I've been to the one on 46, El Paisa. But yeah, 46. I've been there before. Yeah, that spot is pretty good. Um, yeah, Aslan Nation. They're from Westside Berkeley. They were like a political hip hop group, and they were. Um, what to say? I remember a store with a colorful target painted on it, and it said it hit M. What street was it on? I don't remember that one. But back to Aslan Nation. They were a political Chicano rap group. They came out around the same time, like 92, 93. They were from Westside Berkeley. They came out with an album, and then they came on a few compilations. But they were dope. I like some of their stuff. I don't remember that one. What do you remember? What street it was in? But yeah, Baisa's good. My favorite taco truck in Oakland, and you could debate me if you want, is Migriense, the one at the Goodwill parking lot on 29th and East 14th. That's my favorite. I love that spot. That was one of the first taco trucks that came into Oakland, and it's just good. I mean, Sinaloa's is good in the Doves on 22nd and East 14th. That spot is hella good. Zamorano up there on 40 something is pretty good. And that one by across the street from Los Mexicanos is kind of good. Gordos, they're all right. But my favorite is Migriense. I know a lot of people like that place at Grullo on 27th. 89 Chicano Blues 91. Was Aslan Nation from 89? Because I didn't hear about them till till like 92 or 93. Sinaloa and Jalisco for Buche. Oh, Jalisco is the bomb. But that's a restaurant. The Jalisco got the best buche and carnitas, bro. I remember when I was a kid going there with my parents, and there'd be a long line out the door, and they used to get the buche and the nopales. That place was hella good. It's still there too. I remember the old owner. His name was Don Bartolo, but I think his kids run it now. You know what's a good place on in Westside Berkeley? There's two. There's one called Juan's Place. It looks like a house kinda. That place is pretty good. And there's one and that was on 9th Street, I think. And there's one on San Pablo, and I want to say Austin, and it's called Gallegos. That place is hella good. I bought a wet burrito there the other day. Oh my god, that burrito was bomb. That was right there in Westside Berkeley. And I went to eat at Juan's Place about a month ago with a friend. And that place is pretty good smacking too. You feel me? But yeah, but that's over there in Westside Berkeley. But yeah. What's a good Mexican restaurant in Hayward, San Lorenzo? To the homie who lives out in San Lorenzo. I know in San Leandro they got that place, Los Pericos. That place is pretty good. And in Hayward they got that Metro Taqueria. You ever been there? I've been there a couple times. You feel me? They got some pretty good Mexican spots around the Bay Area for sure. Like I was telling the homie from San Jose, I went to that Mexico bakery. Their tortas were bomb. I gotta admit, their tortas were pretty good. There's a good torta place in Oakland too. There's two of them. There's one called La Torta Loca, and oh yeah, Los Pericos, La Torta Loca, and there's another one called El Huarache Azteca. They sell pretty good ones too. Yeah, there's some places I forget their names too. La Torta Loca and El Huarache Azteca in Oakland, to me, are some of the best tortas in Oakland. But there might be other places, but those are kind of my go-to places for tortas when I'm in the town. You feel me? Around Fruitvale. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, there is another Mexico bakery. You're right. It's on Santa Clara or Alum Rock? You know, last time I took my homie to that place on Story Road, it's called Blue Jean, the San Jose Blue Jean. It's over there by White and Story. They sell like Vans, Dickies, 501s. They sell like hella stuff there. My homie went there to buy a few things. And then I've been to that place, Hammer and Lewis, which is across the street. And they got one in downtown San Jose too. I bought a few things from them. Because, you know, I'm old school. I'm an old Chicano. I'm 43 years old. I like a lot of the OG shit. You feel me? Like, if you look at my closet right there, you might see a couple Pendletons in there. You feel me? I like the old school stuff. You feel me? That's just me. I'm old school. You know? I kind of mix it with a little bit of the modern stuff, too. You feel? Yeah, White and Story Road, for sure. But, yeah, I still rock flannels. Today I was rocking a fake Burberry, but I look pimpy, so I had a Burberry shirt on. It's like a imitation one. I bought it on East 14th at some Mexican store. I bought like two of them. I bought a white one and I bought a tan one. But every time I wear them, bro, people are always complimenting me on them. But yeah, I had a Burberry shirt on, but I got a couple Pendletons. I got a couple of old school Ben Davis shirts. You feel me? I like the old school, bro. I got winos. You know, the only thing I don't wear no more, I never liked Nike Cortez that much. I had some when I was young, but I wasn't a big Nike Cortez. Yeah, the flannels destroyed Burberry for sure. For sure. Yeah, for sure, man. But the Burberry shirts are pimpy, so I prefer Air Forces. Yeah, I got you know, because I'm older now, I wear a lot. I don't know if this is gonna make sense. I wear a lot of dress up tennies. Like I wear tennis shoes that are like Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger, and they're kind of dressy. Like you could wear them dressy. You feel me? I wear a lot of those kind of tennis shoes. I got a pair of Air Force Ones. I got a pair of I got a very comfortable pair of Stacy Adams tennis shoes. They're really, I wear them all the time. I got a pair of Yeezy Power Phases. They're black. There's another spot called Jeans Palace in West San Jose on San Carlos. I've never been to Jean Palace. I'll check that out next time in San Jose. Um, on which street again? That's West Side San Jose, right? Because when I go to San Jose, I like to check out different places. I love the white Air Force, but keep them clean and paint. I'm gonna show you guys something. Hold on, you're gonna laugh at me. Hold on. So I got these. These are the Power Phase Yeezys, the Calabasas. I wear these all the time. They're hella comfortable, bro. They're hella comfortable. I wear them all the time. And then I'm gonna show you some Air Forces I bought a couple years ago. Yeah, I've taken care of. I got a pair of these. Now you don't got a pair of those. Some Burberry Air Forces. I be wearing them with my Burberry shirt sometimes. But yeah, but I'm a musician, so I like to dress flamboyant. And you know, I'm old school, so I kind of dress flamboyant. You look at my wall, I got hella hats. So I got hats for days to wear. It's the same owner. What's it called again? It's called Jean Palace. The air, yeah, no, I'm taking it back to 2001, right? 2003. But you know, I'm gonna show you some sick shoes I bought. Look at these. These are Native American shoes from Peru. From my Native American. These are my Native American shoes. What do you think of these? These are from Peru. I bought these in the Mission District at a Peruvian store. I like rocking these, bro. That's part of my indigenous side. They're kind of like moccasins. They're like my moccasins. You feel me? But yeah, those are my indigenous Peruvian shoes. But yeah, man. Any sports jerseys? Nah. I used to have a lot. I don't really wear sports jerseys no more. I used to have A's ones. I used to have Warriors. I used to have Raiders. Man, I wish I would have kept them. They would have probably been worth a lot now because they were originals from back then. You know what I mean? I know the Raiders cut, bro. I'm kind of pisses me off. The Warriors, I mean, they went across the bay, but man, I wish they would have stayed in the town. I was a big Warriors fan. I wasn't that much of a Raiders fan personally. I was more of an A's fan and a Raiders fan. I mean Raiders, a Warriors fan. Warriors and A's. Well, that was my teams. You feel me? I used to like those two teams. But yeah, man, just go to the Red for the tailgate. Yeah, I heard about the tail. I never got to experience the tailgates, man, but I heard they were pretty live. I heard they would get lit. You feel me? How about the peacoat, man? I got a peacoat right there. You see it? I got a peacoat. I got a derby jacket too. What you know about derby jackets? I'm taking it old school. I got an old school derby jacket. And I got a Pachuco jacket. They're called clicker jackets. I got one of those. Those are like from the 1950s. I bought it in San Jose at that store I was talking to homeboy about at Hammer and Lewis. They're called clicker jackets. They go back to the Pachuco era. I got that. I got a pea coat. I got a puff coat. There's all my coats over there. I got a mess in my room. Don't laugh at me. Yeah, they're like long and they're made out of wool and they're gray. You know, like car clubs used to wear them. They're called clicker jackets. Just look up clicker jackets, like clicker, like clicker jackets. Those are the ones that Pachucos used to wear in the 50s. They're dope jackets, bro. Like I said, I like vintage shit. I'm old school. I just like that old school look. Look at my other wall. I got hella Kango hacks. See, I just like that old school look, like dress up hacks, Kangos. So if you see a dude in a Kango or a old school brim, it might even be me. You know what I mean? Just come saying hi. Just come say hi. But yeah, man, I just like the old school. Some, not all. Some, not all. What? I don't know. I'm not sure what that's about. But I just like the old school look. You know what I mean? But I got modern clothes too. I got Tommy Hill. I got Calvin Klein. I dress nice. I'm a fat dude. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of fat. I weigh like 240. But I know how to dress. You feel me? I know how to dress to impress, regardless of what my weight is. And the ladies like it. You feel me? That's why I like to dress nice. But yeah, man, Northern homies didn't speak that much Espanol. It depends. Some did, not all. I mean, you got to remember, at least in Northern California, in the old days, there weren't that many Mexicanos out here. There were more Chicanos out here. A lot of the people that came in the 40s and 50s were people that came from Texas, from New Mexico, from Colorado. A lot of people came from, some people came from the Central Valley and from LA too. And a lot of them came to work in the military jobs that used to be out here in Oakland and San Francisco, and some of them used to work in the fields too, like you gotta remember in the old days, places like Union City, Fremont, even a lot of parts of Santa Clara County were fields, were open fields. So a lot of raza used to come work those jobs, just like a lot of blacks used to come work the shipyard jobs and military jobs, just as like the Chicanos did. So yeah, back in the days there was a lot more Chicanos than Mexicanos. You know, there were Mexicanos here too, don't get me wrong, but I think the Mexican community started growing more in the 60s and 70s and 80s. You know, and then you also have Central Americans and South Americans who've come to the Bay Area too. So, you feel me? I know for a fact the old generation for sure was more Chicano style. Even when I was a kid, even in Oakland, when I was a kid, there was way more Chicanos than there were Mexicanos, bro. Way more. Like I said, a lot of them were like people that originated from Texas, New Mexico, Colorado. You know, they were Chicanos, bro. They weren't Mexicanos. So there was a lot of them around here back in the. They were like Tejanos and all Mexicanos, basically. There was a lot of those people when I was a little kid. Even though a lot of Mexicanos were already coming, a lot of the older people from Chicanos from Oakland were, like I said, and people from like Texas, New Mexico. You know what I mean? Old school people, or Mexicans that had been in Oakland forever. You know what I mean? And had been here for hella generations already. That's how it was. You know what I mean? And the same was in LA. In Southern California, it was the same way. There used to be a lot more Chicanos before than there were Mexicanos. I think it was like that everywhere. You know, and that's just how it is. But I'm an old school cat. When I was growing up, like I was telling these fools, Oakland, at least the Chicanos in Oakland were a lot more Chicano style for sure in Oakland in the 80s and early all the way into the 90s. I think all that started to change when the hyphy movement and all that stuff happened, like in the late 90s, 2000s. But before that, like, yeah, fools in the Bay were straight Chicano style, bro. There's a misconception by people in LA that people in the Bay Area want to be black and we've always wanted to be that way. That's not true. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that back in the days. You know what I mean? In the old days, it was way more Chicano style in San Francisco. If you look at old school stuff from San Francisco, Hayward, Oakland, Richmond, San Jose, it was hella Cholo style. You know what I mean? And then it died out, like I said, in the 2000s when the hyphy and all that stuff started happening. And I can't complain about it because that's what the youngsters want. That's what they do. I can't complain about what the young generation wants. And you got to realize the old generation wasn't there for them. My generation wasn't there for them to teach them about their culture and about their things. Because everybody was gangbanging and going to jail and getting killed and not there for their kids or for the young raza. That's why they were misguided. So I blame it on the OGs that didn't teach the youngsters the right way. You feel me? But I blame that too on poverty, on colonialism, on drugs, on self-hatred, all those things. You know what I mean? That's why I do Oakland Latinos United, because I want to teach you guys who are younger than me what the hell was going on with Raza in the Bay Area back in the days, because at least in my small brain, I could remember some of it. And then my brothers and older peers tell me a lot of it too. And even within my own research that I do about Oakland and about the Bay Area, I learned through that as well. Yeah, that's gone too. The soul. Well, like I was telling these dudes, the whole Chicano sound started in the Bay Area. People don't know that. That whole Santana, Malo, Chicano sound started in the Mission District. And then also in Oakland, you had groups like Tower of Power. You had groups like Azteca. And they started the whole Tower of Power kind of Latin fused with funk, soul sound. So yeah, that whole Chicano sound that a lot of dudes in SoCal be living by started right here where we're at in the Bay. You feel me? And I dare anyone to debate me. For reals. You feel me? And that's how it is. The Bay Area started a lot of things, you know. But the youth, they are who they are. I can't complain about them not doing this, because when I was young, guess what? The older cholos used to say the same thing about us. Oh, you guys are weird. You guys dress weird. You guys talk different. You guys are funny styling. They used to tell us the same thing that you guys are talking about the youngsters now. So it's no different. And we were still wearing khakis and Ben Davis. I know a dude from the new gen that's hella corny though. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the new generation is corny. I'll give it that. I know a Mexican dude from Oval. Yeah, I used to know a lot of dudes from Oakland too who were old Chicanos. Yeah, Sheila East from Oakland. I knew a lot of Chicanos from Oakland, bro, and from Richmond. They're old OGs, bro, and they didn't speak Spanish. They were old Chicanos. They talk Galo, like, hey, what's up, Holmes? What's up, Ese? Because you gotta remember, some of the older dudes used to talk still like cholos. I mean, watch like Children of Violence, watch documentaries like Barrio Expressions, and you'll see what the Bay Area used to be like. It used to be straight Chicano style with the Chicanos in the Bay Area. You know what I mean? Or there's even a bunch of stuff on San Jose. If you look up San Jose lowrider history, that fool said, I'm speak Galo and I'm black and Samoan. Man, I speak Chicano black slang because I'm from the hood. I grew up in East Oakland around hella blacks and around hella Chicanos, so I kind of got a little bit of both. Well, at one minute I could be, what's up, Ese? What's up, carnal? I'm from straight up East Oakland. And in another minute, I could be like, what's up, blood? I'm from the town business. You feel me? So, I could speak black slang. I could speak Chicano slang. I could speak both, brother. So where you from? Half Samoan, half black, homie. You feel me? Are you from the Bay or are you from SoCal or the Central Valley? But yeah, man. I could talk town. What's up? I could even talk old school town. Like it ain't Nathan wrong with me, player. I'm from the town. You feel me? Oh boy, you feel me? I could talk like that. That's how like old school Oakland dudes used to talk. You feel me? Oh, you live in the East Bay? Okay, cool. Oh, I know where the harbor area. That's like San Pedro in that part of LA. I've never been down there, but I know where it's at. But used to be in the Rich. Man, the Rich, that's a dangerous place, man. But nah, Richmond's cool. I got a lot of family and folks out there. I got love for Richmond, you feel me? Ain't no love. I don't hate any city in the Bay. I got love for Vallejo, Richmond, Oakland, Westside, Berkeley, all the hoods, Hayward, San Jose, Frisco. You never been to LA? I've been to LA hella times. It's been a while though. It's been about a good 10 years since I've been to LA. Why do we talk like that in the rich too? Yeah, fools in the rich talk. Like fools in the town. It's all Bay Area. Why do gangs wear Raider gear? I don't know. You know who really started that phase was the NWA. I'd say it started in the NWA era. A lot of a lot of the they started wearing Raider gear. It was really popular in the late '80s and early '90s, like Raiders starter jackets. If you're old enough to remember those, and fools were wearing like Raiders jerseys, T-shirts, and then when the Raiders came back to Oakland in '95, everybody picked up the Raider gear in Oakland and the Bay Area, so it became a popular thing to wear Raiders gear. It's just like when I was growing up, we'd go to the Mission, and all the cholos out there, all the norteños, they used to wear like hella 49er gear, like head to toe 49er jerseys, jackets, beanies, hats, you know what I mean? They were like all friscoed out, I remember, back in the days. Yeah, it could have been a neutral color. I remember in Oakland, a lot of fools used to wear Raider stuff when I was young. A stuff too. We used to rock the A stuff. But I remember Frisco dudes, they used to sport the Giant shirts, the Raiders, the 49er stuff. Them fools used to be like super Friscoed out when I was a youngster out there in the Mission. That was like way back in the days, man. Taking me back to the old days. You feel me? But yeah, like you could even hear it in me. I talk both ways. Do Russell from the function with East Oakland Russell or no? I mean, there's never been no drama that I know of with Rasa from the town and Rasa from the Mission. You know what I mean? I used to go out to the Mission. I remember homies used to hit me up like, "Hey, where you from?" I'd be like, "I'm from Oakland." You ain't, I wasn't tripping off them. They wasn't tripping off me. So it was all love. You feel me? And I remember I met fools from like Daly City, from the Mission out in Oakland when I was young, and nobody tripped off them. You feel me? I remember when I was young though, the black dudes from Oakland used to always talk mess about the black dudes from Richmond. So when I was young, I remember like black dudes from like Richmond used to talk bad about black dudes from Oakland and vice versa. And I remember like South Berkeley black dudes, they didn't like the dudes from North Oakland. And I've heard from old G's that like Hayward and Dakota didn't used to like each other, like A Street versus Dakota back in like the '80s. Yeah. South Berkeley, yup. The South Berkeley with the North Oakland dudes from Bushrod. Crazy. I used to mess around with a girl from Bushrod back in the days. But she was fine too. But um yeah, I remember that. That was a beef, man, between the North Oakland and South Berkeley. And you always had West Side Berkeley, you know what I mean? They were the Norteños from Berkeley, and I don't remember nobody ever really tripping off them. They used to be around Oakland all the time. Those fools from Westside Berkeley, and I don't remember no one like it. Fools used to show them love. You was around during that era, yeah, me too. I remember that era. Yeah, they was on 8th, 9th, Bonar too, Strawberry Creek, and also James Kenny Park. They used to be all in those areas. But yeah, I knew hella homies from Westside Berkeley back in the days. I know that fool Big Chuco. I met him before. He was a rapper from the Brown Skin Artists, the rap group from Westside Berkeley. But yeah, man, I remember. And then, to me, the craziest era was when the Border Brothers, Norteños, and Sureños were all fighting, man. That was what, like 2000s, like between like 2000 all the way to about 2006, I want to say. That was a crazy era, man. A lot of people got killed during that era, man. They even made a video on here about that era. You feel me? That's another CD and the Brown Skin Artist. Yeah. I don't know, Mr. Guapo Uso, if you remember that era when the Border Brothers, the Norteños, and the Sureños were all funking. Yeah, man, them Border Brothers. I never knew too much of their history, but them dudes were pretty down, bro. They killed a lot of people, bro. That for a fact. I know that for a fact, bro. But that era, when they were fighting with the SSL dudes and the Norteños too, that shit was crazy, bro. That was like a murder every week. You feel me? Involved in that. Yeah, the Southside locals and the Norteños from the 30s and 60s. You feel me? They were all funking. And the Border Brothers out in the deep. That was pretty bad. I kind of did do a video about them. I did a video about the history of gangs in Oakland. And I talked about the SSLs and the Border Brothers on it. You know what I mean? But yeah, are those SSLs still out in the town? I don't know, bro. I don't know what gangs are out there anymore, bro, or functioning. I really don't know. I don't see really anybody gangbanging in Oakland like that. I see graffiti from time to time. From time to time, I might see Border Brother or Norteño graffiti. Um, I've seen some graffiti that says 51st Locals, which I'm assuming, I think they're Norteños. I've seen their graffiti around. I've seen UNT graffiti around the 60s and also UNT in the 30s. I've seen like hella dudes kicking it on Fruitvale before, like recently. R.I.P. Cuddy Banks. Who's Cuddy Banks? I'm not sure if I'm familiar with him. Cuddy Banks? Sounds familiar, but even Los, most youngsters want to be fly and hella money and women. Yeah, I mean, for me, I've always wanted to fly and get the women and have the money. That was more my stilo. Ain't it just based on your block now? I have no idea. Cuddy Banks and Uso from San Jose. Okay. I have no idea, bro. Like I said, I don't know who's out there in Oakland now. I don't know if fools are still claiming Norte or Border Brothers, if fools are just claiming their hoods. See, like when I was a little kid in the 80s, it was mostly about hoods. I don't remember hearing about Norteños and Sureños or Border Brothers or any of that. It was just about like 36, 38, Jingletown, 41st Cycles, the 60s, 46 locals, Wino Park, 96 locals. That's what I remember hearing about when I was hella little. He was a Cripset. They got Crips out in San Jose. I didn't know that. But um, um, yeah, it was about barrios, bro. I remember there was a gang called Barrio Oakland Locals. There were several hoods back in the days, but I remember it was about blocks. I never heard anything about 38 too. Yeah, 38, 36, all those hoods. Fruitvale Gangsters, all that stuff. Jingletown, East 7th Street, Mitchell Street. But the older generation in the 80s when I was a kid, I never remember hearing anyone talk about Norte, bro. It was always, or Sud or BBs, bro. It was always this hood and that hood. Like, I'm from 36 and I'm from Quince. Or I'm from Jingletown and I'm from Fruitvale. Like, that's what I remember hearing when I was little. Or them fools are from Wino Park, or them fools are from 46, or them dudes are from 96. That's what I remember hearing as a kid. I never heard no one say, I'm a Norteño. When I was a kid, it was Quince and 38 and KMT. I remember KMT. I remember the other one, too. They were called Under No Control, I think. UNC or something like that. And there was another one called Psychotic Kings, I think. How did Yasud get established in the Rich? I'm not sure, bro. I'm not exactly sure how that happened, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with Richmond history as much. I know the Sureños were big there. They had a couple Norteño gangs. I know VSP was one, Barrio San Pablo, because my brother knew some people from that hood. But yeah, I don't know too much of how that became. I don't even know how the Border Brothers got established. I just know around 89, 90, I started hearing people talk about Los Border Brothers and Border Brothers. I didn't even know what they were talking about, bro. You know what I mean? Like I said, when I was little, my brothers were gangbangers. They were banging their hood. They were from 36th Street locals, 38 local, 36 locals, not 38. And they were just 36, 36. They even used that's how they used to tell their sign, 36. They used to like 36, 36 locals. That was like the thing in Oakland. I'm over here in Fresno. There's too many bulldogs. I've heard of the bulldogs, but I've only been to Fresno one time in my life, brother. So I don't know anything about them. I thought they were misfits that made their own identity. I have no clue, bro. I've heard so many different. I thought people claim they blocked, but still they affiliate with North and Sud. Maybe they did, but I don't remember hearing about it in the 80s, bro. I didn't start hearing about North and Sud till the very late 80s and early 90s. Then when a lot of dudes were coming out of the pen or coming out of like CYA, they were coming out with that, we're Norteños now. You know what I mean? Norteños bang against Norteños. 96 locals, a cat moved from Arizona and started BB. That could be what happened. So I'm fused with Chicano. What are you married to? I didn't know that about the Arizona dude because I heard that Border Brothers are in Arizona and Tijuana is what I've heard. But I knew one of the dudes who was running with the Border Brothers, Fat Tone. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him. He was from Jingletown. He was the one that was with them. I'm not. I'm still campaigning. My last girlfriend was Hindu, believe it or not. She was Indian. Never thought I would date a Hindu girl, bro. And then before that, I was dating this light-skinned black girl from Bushrod, from that neighborhood. But you're diverse like me. Yeah, I like all females, bro. I like them all. I've had black girls. I've had Latinas. I've had Hindu, Asian. I just don't care. Do you like down south music? I like the old school down south music, like Proctor Dos and Kid Frost. JT was nothing in Norteño until BB came in. JT was nothing in Norteño good till BB's came in. I'm not sure. I remember the old Jingletown from back in the 80s and early 90s. But then I remember that homie Big Tone, Fat Tone, was from Jingletown. He was a big time baller in that neighborhood. He pretty much ran that neighborhood. But yeah, man. There's Polynesian. You know where there's hella Polynesians is in East EPA, East Palo Alto. That's like, bro, my familia lived on 36. Yeah, my brother's from 36. My brothers are from the OG 36 Ave. They used to kick it with the twins and all them fools. San Ho EPA. I didn't know there was Polynesians in San Ho. I've never seen any out there. When I'm in San Jose, I mean I mostly just see Vietnamese and Mexicans, but I see right before the Alameda. I mean I grew up right there, bro. I grew up in on East 7th Street. That's where I'm from. You feel me? That's right there. That's right there, right by the Alameda Bridge. I want to move to San Francisco. There are good jobs up there. There can be, you know what I mean? There's like tech jobs if you're good at the tech industry. But yeah, there's work out here. This is expensive out here, man. Hell expensive in the Bay Area. Yeah, right by the tracks. I grew up there, bro. I know Jingletown real well. East side of San Jose Foxtail Projects. Okay, yeah, I don't know where that's at, bro. I'm not too familiar with San Jose. I'm just familiar with some of it. Where's Horseshoe at? I always wondered where Barrio Horseshoe is. What neighborhood is that in? I always was curious because I've always heard about it. I know it's in San Jose. But yeah, I grew up on East 7th Street. I remember fools from like Fruitvale Gangsters. I remember fools from Jingletown. Yeah, but where is Horseshoe at though? Like, what street is that in? Like, where is that neighborhood? I always heard about it, but I never knew where it was. Is it like East Side? It's buffering again, but yeah, I don't know where Horseshoe is. I've always heard of that neighborhood, but I don't know like what street or what part of San Jose that's in. Foxville's where Cuddy Banks is from. Okay. So how many of you guys knew that a lot of these gangs in Oakland, Hayward, San Jose, San Francisco, uh, how many of you knew that a lot of these hoods in like Campo Ramos, some of the gangs in East Oakland and West Oakland, San Jose, San Francisco. How many of you knew that a lot of these gangs go back to the Pachucos and the Zoo Shooters? A lot of people don't know that there were Zoo Shooters and Pachucos in Oakland too. And I've been doing a big research on that, and I found a lot of stuff about it. They even had them in Richmond too. You know what I mean? So barrios in Oakland and gangs in Oakland, Chicano gangs in Oakland and the Bay Area go way back. It actually, no, it didn't start in LA, bro. It actually started in El Paso, Texas. 41st Cycles, 36, 15th to 12th, 36, Fruitvale Gangsters, 51st, 60s, 96, JT. I remember all those hoods. All of them. Supposedly it started in El Paso, Texas, then it came to LA, then it came to the Bay Area. You got to remember, there was a lot of people that came from Texas to the Bay Area during World War II. A lot. A lot of people came from El Paso and from southern Texas. And also a lot of people came from New Mexico, too, to work in the shipyards and military jobs in Oakland, just like the African Americans did from the South. And that's how the Pachuco gang started out here in Oakland and in the Bay Area. You know what I mean? So yeah, that stuff goes back just as far as it does in LA, bro. It wasn't just in LA, bro. It happened out here too in the Bay. It's just that history hasn't been documented. That's why I've been documenting it, and I'm gonna write a book about all this stuff that I be talking about. Hmongs, remember UNT was all green before becoming. Oh yeah, I do remember something about them claiming green. The UNTs, they were like the 60s, the next generation. Do you know the history? Of course I know about Emiliano Zapata. He was from he was from Morelos. He fought against the Mexican government for the land rights of the indigenous people of the state of Morelos. I believe he was from a town called Anicuelco. But yeah, I know that history. I know a lot about the Mexican Revolution. I've done my research for sure. But yeah, man, I'm documenting Chicano Bay Area history because I feel that the history of Chicanos and Raza in the Bay Area has been ignored, bro. So that's the whole point of Oakland Latinos United, is to show people that nah, I don't know. Some sideshows, I have no clue. Maybe in the east somewhere, or in Vallejo, or in Richmond. But uh, I just want to document because Chicano history is not talked about. You know what I mean? And the Chicano movement was big in the Bay Area, in San Jose, and San Francisco, and Oakland, and Richmond, but yet nobody knows about it. You feel me? The Black Panthers were born in Oakland, and nobody knows that they actually worked with the Chicano groups in the Fruitvale area in the 60s and 70s. People don't know this stuff, bro. It's not talked about. You know what I mean? Actually, a lot of people don't know that Cesar Chavez was raised partly in Eastside San Jose, and he started his early political career in Oakland. People don't know that. He started organizing in Oakland. The Brown Berets were in Oakland too, yes. The Brown Berets started in East LA, but they had a chapter in Oakland. And also, Oakland had another group that was similar to the Brown Berets and the Black Panthers called the Chicano Revolutionary Party. And I know some of the former members of that group. And they were a pretty radical group. Nah, Cesar Chavez was never really in LA. He was more in the Valley and in the Bay Area, it seems like. I'm sure he went out to LA. The Brown Berets, yeah, that's the old school. But there was also the Chicano Revolutionary Party. There was also another group from Texas called the La Raza Unida Party. And they had a chapter in Oakland too. Actually, believe it or not, the Brown Berets still got a chapter in in Oakland, a small chapter, but there is a Brown Beret chapter in Oakland now. I never heard of LA Chicanos embrace Cesar Chavez. Yeah, I mean, is anything named after Cesar Chavez in LA? I'm curious. The same way it is out here. Say the N word. N word. Are you happy? But if I say the N word, this thing will kick me off again probably. But I hate when our people say the N word. Man, in the Bay Area, you better get used to it, because out here a lot of motherfuckers be saying it, bro. A lot of mofos be saying it out here, bro. You feel me? I try not to say it, but it slips out. Because I grew up saying it. I grew up saying blood, because I'm from Oakland. Like, what's up, blood? Because out here, we don't have Crips and blood. So, it's like, what's up, blood? That's just a Oak. I hate the N word. I try my best not to say. Yeah, me too. I mean, I say it sometimes. It slips out. But like I was saying, because we don't have Crips and Bloods in the Bay, we say blood a lot. Or bruh, what's up, bruh? But yeah, man. And when I talk old school Chicano, I kind of get annoyed with the youngsters because they look at me like, oh, what are you? Are you a scrap? Are you from LA? And it's like, bro, Chicano stuff isn't just from LA. You feel me? Yeah, I know. I got a couple of pairs of Adidas. Um, I'm a hoarder of shoes. I have a whole bunch of shoes. Like, I hate that mentality when people think the Chicano stuff or embracing your Chicano heritage or identity or culture is a LA thing, bro. I hate that stuff. They don't call me lame because I'll clown their asses. But yeah, I heard fools try to make fun of it. But it's like, dude, how do you think the old school dudes in Oakland used to act? You think they were acting like you guys? Nah. But yeah, it do be like that. Like if you're a Chicano, you're trying to act like you're from LA. No, it ain't. I'm from East Oakland, born and raised, and I could tell you when I was growing up, Oakland dudes were hella cholo style. I remember hella fools like owning lowriders, from fools cruising on a Sunday afternoon. You know what I mean? I remember dudes, like I told you, when I was little, dudes used to be straight cholo style in Oakland, and in San Francisco, and in Richmond, and Hayward, and all the Bay Area cities. There's hella videos on YouTube about it. Don't forget who you are and what you bleed. I mean, I don't forget who I am. I'm a Chicano from Eastside Oakland, from East 7th Street. You feel me? From the Fruitvale area. That's who I am. Jose, from the town business every day, bro. But I'm a Chicano, I'm Raza, and I'm half Salvadorian too, and I rep my Salvadorian side too. I'm Mexican and Salvadorian. You feel me? So, these fools talking about, oh, Chicanos are LA thing. This is what this is for you guys. Seriously. You niggas need to, I mean, how I said it. You idiots need to come up on game and recognize the real and recognize the OG stuff, man. The stuff that was before here, before you were born. You feel me? Like these fools out here used to be cholos, fool, and before that they were pachucos in Oakland, bro. So don't tell me anything. You feel me? It's not my fault that you dudes are lost. You feel me? But that's just how it is. That's why I make Oakland Latinos United, to try to educate the young here in Oakland and in the Bay Area and beyond. Like I say in my thing, even dudes from LA or from the Valley. One love if you're supporting my channel, man. It's all good, because I'm not on no Norte and Sur stuff, bro. I'm neutral. I'm from the town. I'm just a Chicano from the town. That's it. You feel me? I got love for all raza. Somebody asked me earlier if I wanted to go to a barrio, where would I want to go? I would like to go see El Chuco in El Paso, Texas. And I'd like to go out to Chicago to see Pilsen and La Villita, even though I've been there before, but I'd like to go again. And I would like to check out Spanish Harlem in New York and some of the barrios out there. And I would like to check out, you guys are going to laugh at me, Southwest Detroit, which is the barrio of Detroit. I've always heard people tell me Detroit's like Oakland, so I want to see if that's true. Even though Detroit is like a super ghetto, I heard. But those would be the places I'd like to see around the United States if I was curious to see other barrios. Yeah, man. But that's how it goes, brother. But you know what? I've been on here for an hour and a half already. Usually I do these only for an hour, but because today I have a lot of people on here, I kept it a little longer. Usually there's less people. I'm glad that more people are joining in. Hopefully you learned a lot from what I've talked about today. Like I said, I'm not on no gangbang stuff. I know a lot about gang history because I've been around gangbangers all my life. Growing up in Oakland, there was always Norteños around me, Border Brothers around me, Sureños around me. So it was around me. And even when I left Oakland and lived in other cities, it was around me. So I'm very familiar with it. So that's why I talk about it as a historical reference. But like I said, I don't really know what's going on now with the new generation, to be honest with you. I just don't know. I can only tell you about the past. You feel me? But I'm not on here to say screw the Norteños, screw the Border Brothers, screw the Sureños. That's not me, bro. That's not what I'm about. To me, it's all love, bro. As long as you come at me with respect, I'm going to come at you with respect. And that's how it is. And that's town business. You feel me? But, yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this live feed. Leave me some notes before I get off. I'm about to get off in a couple minutes. If you guys have any questions, anything you want to throw before I leave, you want to throw out your city, I'll give you a shout out. Whatever you want to do, you want to throw up your barrio, your hood, whatever. Throw it before I get off. I'm about to get off in a minute. See, I'm not saying because of that, because I'm saying the N-word don't mean that you can't act like that's just how we talk. What's the most Chicano area of Oakland? East Oakland, Fruitvale. You know what I mean? Even though Fruitvale is becoming a little bit more pasita now. But but yeah, man, someone said I never seen no South Side. I did when I was growing up. Them SSL dudes were around like the 50s. Yeah, I used to wear Chucks too. I used to wear Chucks, Pumas, Adidas. But yeah, man, like I said, you know what I mean? Someone says that 40 I was raised until I moved from the east, my east and the west, so I know what you're talking about. Have you seen Too Short around? No, I've never seen Too Short around. Who I have seen around is that dude, Mr. Fab. He be around Oakland a lot. I met MC Hammer in 1989 when I was a little kid. You feel me? Way back in the days. But yeah, man. So yeah, I'm about to get off. Somebody said that the people in Oakland, it's not that we talk black, it's just how we are. It's true. Big Bass 707, North Bay, Solano, Soil, Valley Joe, Big V Town. I used to kick it with the homies from Barrio Centro in Vallejo when I was a youngster, bro. I lived in Vallejo for 2 years. I lived in Floyd Terrace and I lived in Central Vallejo, over there off of Sacramento Street. You feel me? So I got much love for Vallejo. I had hella homies out there when I was a youngster. One love to the V Town. Who else is on here? Anybody want to throw out their city? Anybody want to throw up their barrio? I'll throw it up for you. You feel me? I'll make you famous. But like I said, I'm about to get off in a couple minutes because I want to cut this short because I've been on here hella long. Arizona in the house. I'm really happy people from Arizona watching Oakland Latinos United way the hell out here in the West Coast and the Bay Area. Anybody else want to throw up their hood, their set? Anybody want to throw me a question, a note, anything? Do it. How do you feel? How do Chicanos feel about Pleasant moving their neighborhoods and masses? I mean, me, I don't care, bro. I don't have the whole Chicano, I hate paisas, bro. Because my parents were paisas, so, you know what I mean? To me, it's whatever. Do you go live? No, I don't go live daily. I only do lives on Sundays or Saturdays for right now. Maybe in the future. We'll see how this goes. I'm starting slow, and I want to see if I can pick it up more. But you're from Fresno, right? So one love to the homies out in Fresno, Fresnal. My grandfather come for having Cinco de Mayo celebrating in Oakland. My grandfather died for What's the bigger problem with white folks moving into our neighborhood? Yeah, the big problem is the gentrification, not the paisas. the gentrification of all these güeros moving into Oakland and moving into San Fran, into the barrios. That's a big problem. Into San Ho, you feel me? That's you feel me? Yeah, Berkeley, West Side Berkeley. Like I said, that used to be the barrio. Now it's hella white people. Jingletown is starting to become It's starting to become whitewash. You feel me? That's a big problem. La Mission, look at the Mission District, bro. The only place that hasn't really hit hard yet is in Richmond. Richmond is still pretty hood. You feel me? Hayward, not too much in Hayward either. I still see a lot of raza in Hayward, but yeah, that stuff. To me, the gentrification worries me more than Paisas moving in. You feel me? A lot of Guatemalans moving into Oakland. There's a lot of people from Guatemala in the town. A huge community. They're mostly like indigenous people that speak a dialect called Mam. There's a lot of them folks in the town now. Yep, they trying to move. We be having to move out here to Pittsburgh, Antioch. Yeah, some people are moving even farther, uh, to like Modesto, to Stockton, to Tracy. How is Raza in Santa Rosa? You know what? I'm not too familiar with Santa Rosa. The only hood I know in Santa Rosa, I think it's called Roseland and South Park. But you know what? I met one Chicano dude from. I had a homie from Santa Rosa. He was from out that way, and he was a cool homie. He was a member of the Grand Berets. But I don't know too many folks from Santa Rosa, though. But I've been out there a couple times. I've been out to Marin County, too. There's a lot of raza out there in the canal and in Novato. And there's a few in Marin City, too. They're a little different, actually. You meet homies from Bakersfield? I don't know anybody from Bakersfield. I don't even think I've ever been to Bakersfield. That's hella far. But, yeah, man, I think it's about that time. That's way out there. I don't, I think I passed through Bakersfield on the Amtrak once going to LA. But, I've been to Fresno one time. Bakersfield Southern, probably, I have no idea. I heard it is, actually. I heard it is. But, yeah, man, so I'm about to get off this. I've been on here. Visalia's in the forefront. What about Watson? Yeah, I've been to Watson. I've been to Watsonville. I've been to Salinas before. I've been to Seaside, Monterey, all that whole area, Moss Landing. I've been out that way. Yep, I've been to Fairfield, Vallejo, Vacaville, Big Tone, Got a Fly podcast. Yeah, I've seen it before. Dakota. Have I been to Rosarito? Hell yeah. My mom grew up in Tijuana. I've been there hella times. My mom's from Tijuana. So yeah, I've been to Rosarito. I've been to San Diego too. But look, y'all, I'm going to cut it short because I've been on here for hella long. I got to get to bed in a little while. And I still got to do a few things. But, yeah, the last time I was in Tijuana, there was hella Haitians out there now. And Africans too. Let the man sleep. Yeah, an hour and a half. I mean, usually I do this for an hour, but because I had a big audience today, I stayed longer than I usually stay. Usually I have a small audience, but that's a good thing. I'm having a big audience because it started small and I'm trying to make it grow. I want to have 100 people on here, to be honest with you. I have 10 people on here, and that's beautiful. I'm glad you guys came at me. You know what I mean? Whether you're from SoCal, NorCal, from the Bay, the Valley, Arizona, Texas, Detroit, Chicago, wherever you may be from, bro. One love. Thanks for joining me today. And for sure. And, all the people in the Bay Area, one love to all the people from Hayward, all the people from Oakland, all the people from Berkeley, Richmond, San Jose, Concord, Antioch, Redwood City, Little Mexico, East Palo Alto, San Fran, Mission, you feel me, Daly City, South City, all those places, man. Sacramento, Stockton, Modesto, Merced, Fresno, and beyond. With the Latina, I have given some clicks on Bay Area history. Well, show my stuff, man, because I have a lot of Chicano Bay Area history. Go to Oakland Wiki. It's called Oakland Wiki, like Wikipedia, and type in Chicano, and you'll find all the stuff that I documented, a lot of stuff on Oakland Wiki. So be sure to look out for that, because you'll learn a lot of Chicano history of Oakland in that Oakland wiki, even about the Pachucos and about the Brown Berets and all that stuff. But I'm about to get off, man. One love to everybody. Keep supporting. I have a new video on there called Barrio Tours, Mayfair neighborhood, Eastside San Jose, Cesar Chavez old barrio. Like it, leave a message, subscribe, tell your friends about it. D Flores said I'm a new subscriber. Dope. Hell yeah. So I'll talk to you guys later. Tune in. I always post on the same day when I'm going to be live. And just be on the lookout for it. Usually I come on around 10. Sometimes I do it Friday. Sometimes I do it Saturdays. But usually I do it on Sunday. So be on the lookout for it. Peace. Keep supporting Oakland Latinos United. This is Jose, your boy from the town, from the Doves, the Dirty 30s, East 7th Street. One love. Late.